Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking on Cavalier Gameplay Chapter 2 Questionable Ethics. And we are going to be taking on the Kingpin and the Hood Cavalier level. These are the rewards and we are going to get into the gameplay. We just have to set up a team that we can use here. Let's just switch that out. And let's see. Let's edit this team. Those are the rewards, by the way. We are going to go with, let's see. Some of these quests have specific champions that you have to use that would be much more helpful for you. For example, some of them require tech champions, skill champions, sans champions. So let's see what we actually have. We're going to mix it up here at first, and then we're going to go into the quest and see if we need to edit it or change it. But I'm trying to find a diverse team here. Kingpin is going to be probably someone with a mutant ability we want to add into the gameplay. So let me see which mutants I have. Some of my champions are already tied up in Alliance Quest and Alliance War. So this is not quite the A team that I'm bringing in here. This is like a B or C team that I'm going to be bringing in. But let's see how this quest works out. Let's see here. Let's see, we go down and maybe just go into the A, make life easy. Yep, let's go A and follow that path around. So we have Wolverine, we have Warlock, and we seem to be having cosmic attackers who reached a total of 3 Furies, armor up, and precision buffs, gain an indefinite aptitude buff. So I believe we need to use cosmic champions at least to get to the boss. And once we add the boss, bring someone that would actually be able to handle the boss. Now the boss on this fight is Kingpin, and I should have brought in my Kingpin and mutant champion that slays all those skill champions, which would be Omega Red. Would be a great champion to bring in for those spores. But this is what the this is what the buffs have on this one. Cosmic Grit, Pumping Iron, defender takes 60% less damage unless you have buffs on them. The next good champ for this, because you want to apply buffs, is to have, when I'm thinking about it now, we apply that 3 armor breaks on him instantly so we could do some damage to Wolverine. Ideally, you want someone like Venom would work well here because he has a tons of buff. Angela would be good as well. But again, like I said, some of my champs are tied up in Alliance Quest and Alliance War. So we are just going to go with the B champions that I have here. And Silver Surfer works pretty well in most cases for most events. The guy takes a lot of damage. He dishes out a lot of damage. His SP2 is fantastic. And once you do his rotation right and keep those buffs on, you're going to be doing pretty good. So Wolverine fires off his SP3. We're able to take it, and let's see, we at 40% health right now, but we're gonna fire off that vigilance and we're going to come into Wolverine, smack him with that heavy. The nice thing about Silver Surfer, again, if he has one of those cosmic charges and he does that heavy charge, he is actually causes the champion, the opponent, to miss, which comes in handy at some times. But I prefer instead to just use it to do that armor break. He does a lot more damage that way. So he's coming up to his cycle again for cosmic power, and we're going to fire off that SP2, and this Wolverine is going to be in the bin. Now, not the best choice of champions. A lot other champions I would normally bring in for that Wolverine. I would bring in Punisher 2099 because he has that passive heal block. And that would be the definite best champion to bring into that gameplay. But like I said, we're just doing some diverse gameplay. We're bringing in the B team. And now we have Captain Marvel for Warlock. She's poison immune already, and so we should be able to deal with his offensive play tactic. And here we go. Armor up, we hold that block. She takes block really well and she builds her charges. And as you know, she's at 13 charges right now. When she gets to 24 charges, she goes indestructible on the 25th charge, so that's pretty cool. Firing off her SP1 gets her 3 additional charges. So hold block, take that damage, and she takes very little to no damage on holding block anyway. And here we go, indestructible. We're going to try to build an SP2, but we're not going to be able to build an SP2 because of Warlock and his power drain. So we're going to probably fire off that SP1 as soon as we get a chance to do some unblockable damage. She's indestructible. That's the next thing. She's indestructible. So she actually tanked his SP3. We're still indestructible for a couple more seconds. We want to fire off some heavies to build those charges back up. If I could get an opportunity to parry and heavy, that's not working out. So we're going to fire up that SP1, get that unblockable going, and hopefully get him down as low as possible. And here we go. He should be in the bin with this SP1 coming up. And still not out. So what I didn't use in this fight, this is Cavalier gameplay. I normally do a boost, but then none of these champions are boosted. It's the B team, number 1, and number 2, they're not boosted. I normally add an extra boost, and when we get to the second part of this gameplay, this chapter, so this is chapter 2, Kingpin, and then we're going to bring out another video because this is on longer fights. We're going to release this video with Kingpin, and then we're going to be coming out with the Hood fight gameplay. So the second part of this chapter 2 is going to be coming in a separate video. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we fire off those updated videos. So we're building charges again. We want to get to 25, and we're going to use the blocks to build the charges, and we're going to use the SP1. We have 2 more hits to receive. We're going to do some damage. We don't mind pushing her to SP3 as long as we time it right. We are indestructible. She fired off her SP2 anyway, and now we're going to fire off that heavy to recharge and get more charges. So the heavies, once she's in binary mode, builds those charges back up. And remember, she stays in binary until those charges from 25 goes all the way down to 0. So that's in the bin. So definitely, Captain Marvel is a definite lane and game changer. She clears lanes and parts on all quests very, very easily. Now, we have the boss fight coming up. We have 3 more fights and then the Kingpin fight. And let's see how we're going to do here. Okay, so Cosmic Grit, Pumping Iron, same thing on all of these parts until you get to the boss. And we are going to go into Crossbones. He is an annoying champion as well. He just purges your buffs. He just gets rid of it really fast. So we're going to go in with Nick Fury. He applies tons of damage over time. This guy is going to be purging it anyway. You see, he's restored already. He's taking the bleeds, but he's not really taking any damage. And why isn't he taking damage? Well, the guy's an absolute tank, man. He doesn't look like he's taking too much damage here. And I should have read the note, but the note should be the same. So what we need to do is pretty much maybe get to the real Nick Fury so we hit much harder and take him down. But let's see if we could fire off an SP2 and stun him. He is going to restore, and he's going to make all of this buffs that I'm putting on him fall off really fast. Here we go. We have an SP3. We're going to keep that. And let's see if we could continue doing some damage over time with some bleeds. Everything is being restored, guys. He's just taking those bleeds off instantly. So we're not doing a whole lot of damage with Nick Fury. So again, the champion that I think would work best for this guy is going to be Omega Red. But unfortunately, he is tied up in Alliance. I believe it's War. Alliance War or Alliance Quest. He's tied up somewhere. So let's see. Okay. Boom. This guy is taking very little to no damage. Everything is again restored. That restored is like permanently on the screen here. So maybe we should build up to an SP2 and hopefully that stuns him and he's able to take some damage. Here we go. Let's get into the real Nick Fury and hopefully we help with that damage control. Heavy is restored, so the bleeds are just done. Okay, the real Nick Fury, we should be putting a dent on him now. He's at 74%. He's down to, there you go, 61%. He's melting away now. And that's what we needed, a little tough love. We just needed to just bring out the beast in the Fury. And here we go. Well, I got clipped today. That was my mistake. Nick Fury is going down with the degen until 30 health, 30% health. Okay, we got the stun. And that's it. He has really good block penetration. Obviously, I had that shield up. But let's finish off Crossbones with someone that hits like a friggin' tank. And that is going to be not Star-Lord in this case. We have 19 charges with Miss Marvel. So, Captain Marvel. So here we're gonna do, we're gonna build him up, build her up to indestructible, right there, boom. Now we just need to get an SP out of this, and then SP1. And I wanna keep those charges as high as possible for the next fight. So we get and ramp up much faster with her. So that's that fight in the bin. We have 2 more fights and then we have the boss fight. So this guy is always, you heard me say it in videos before, annoying to fight with that SP1 and we really need to dance around and stay away from him. She's at 18 charges now, so it's pretty close to 24. Once we get to that 24, we're going to start wrecking some havoc. She's indestructible already because she took extra damage from his SP1. So we go into it, boom, boom, hopefully get 1 more off, perfect. We're back to 23 charges and we are not indestructible, so we do not want to push him to SP3, but look at that. I pushed him to SP3 anyway. And that's something I should not have done, but if I get the unblockable going, hopefully be able to take him down. And that again was my mistake. Poor planning and timing on my part. I should have never pushed him to SP3. I should have waited it out and make sure he fired off an SP2 and then go back in for the hit count. But we're gonna bring in the cleanup squad here now. And let's see, let's bring in again Silver Surfer. Let's hopefully armor break him. There you go, armor break with sweet. And then he's gonna be easy as pie with that armor break on him. 3 armor breaks and Silver Surfer is just gonna rock some damage. Hopefully the SP1 would have took him out. That didn't happen. Again, underestimated the power and the damage of this Yondu SP1. Okay, it's not going to be any match for Star-Lord. Look at that. Block, 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 man. He's an absolute tank. Star-Lord. The first 5-star champion that I ranked 5. And everyone thought I was crazy. But this guy hits like a freight train. He's so much fun. He does not rely on buffs. He doesn't rely on anything. He's just an absolute tank once he's awakened. That's his only thing, that you need to have him awakened. So now we have Cosmic Grit, Cosmic Champions again, and that's with Storm. And she's a pain in the butt. Now, who would have been good for Storm is the guy that just died, the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, again, shock immune, and he just absorbs all the power and gets stronger himself. So he would have been great for this fight. And let's see what we could do with Star-Lord. We do have the class advantage. As long as we keep our hit count going, he is going to be an absolute freight train on this Storm Pyramid X. Fire up that SP2, and we got Shock instead. We were looking for Power Drain. That's the only thing I think they need to tweak with Star-Lord, is for us to choose what that element gun fires. I think it's kind of crazy that it's just random. And as you can see, what we needed there was the Power Drain in this event. So if Kabam could just tweak that for us to choose and have the choice as to what we want that gun to do, this guy would be really, really an amazing champion, even more amazing than he is right now. Let's see if we get lucky with Domino, however. Again, this is just a rank 4 Domino. She's not fully ranked up. Again, this is just a B team. And she's not rank 5. She's rank 4. She should be putting in a lot of damage, but a lot of her damage is being glanced. So she's not the ideal person to be fighting this Pyramid X Storm. But we'll do our best and see what we could get. Here we go. We just got to bait out that SP2 because I know we're going to be instantly dead if she fires off that SP3. And here she goes. She's actually firing it off. And again, block penetration is ridiculous with that SP2. I was holding block. Did absolutely nothing for me. We have no revives. So what I'll have to do is to get a revive. Totally out of it right here. So what we'll have to do is get some revives. We have 89 units right now. I could open up some crystals and hope for the best. I just did this a couple days ago and I used up a lot of the rank up for the rank up materials and stuff like that gameplay. No luck there. All we got is gold. And when you want units, you really cannot get it. It's just about, okay, we got, again, we needed 100 to revive all the champions to demo that gameplay. But that's all okay. We at 94. I know what we could do. I'm going to grind some arenas. But let's just use up this we got 104 from the arena. No problem. We are back in the gameplay. We're going to revive these champions now. And hopefully between the 5 of them, we're able to take down this Storm and take out that Kingpin. Now that Kingpin is going to be he was very easy with the last gameplay, which was uncollected. But this is Cavalier, and it's a whole different ball game. It's a lot stronger champion. So what we're going to do is hopefully we build the charges on Captain Marvel. And hopefully she takes her down, build the charges, and take down Kingpin. Looking back on it, I should have revived all of the champions to 40% and done it that way. But I don't need her going into SP3. Okay, we have Indestructible. We have our SP3 up. Now what we want Storm to do is to throw her SP3 as well, so that we get rid of that, because we don't want our Indestructible to run out. So I'm trying to push her to SP3 here, and now she fires it off, which is fingers crossed, amen to that. We are going to tank her SP3. We at 63%. We're going to take absolutely no damage because we're indestructible right now. And hopefully we'll be able to beat her down The only problem I'm seeing right now, I only have 9 more charges to go into that the Kingpin flight. And what I wanted to do was to use her, the thinking was to use her and charge her up to around 20 to 24 and go into the Kingpin fight. So 2-3 hits from this guy, I would be indestructible and able to take him down. Now he has poison vulnerability and he has, what is he have? Toxic can. So both the attacker and the defender strikes have a 20% chance to deal with poison. Again, Omega Red can deal with poison. He's pretty good. The only champion that I have on the team that is able to handle poison is Captain Marvel. But look at where her charges are. And then another thing is I ran into the fight. I want you guys to pay attention to the timer on the top right. He goes unstoppable on a timer. And I was not paying attention to that unstoppable. And I'm going to get wrecked here in a couple seconds because I did not pay attention to it. I threw my unblockable. He goes unstoppable right when I was about to go into him. So, tip for this Kingpin fight is to pay attention to that timer. And once you stay away from him when he's unstoppable, it's going to be easy peasy game. Unfortunately, looking back at the video, it's easy to see that while I was in the gameplay, I totally missed that information, which is important in this gameplay. So we got her revived, and if she doesn't do it this time, we will have to go and grind the arena for some more units and then get back here. However, at this point in time, look at the timer between. He goes unstoppable before. He has a timer coming up for unstoppable again. It's going to trigger now. And I run into him again and got clipped. And once he puts that degen on you, you're absolutely done. Because it is not a poison he's putting on you now. And so that's just terrible. Anyway, let's read the node. We're going to read the node. We're going to grind the arena. We're going to come back with 100 units. And then we are going to test this guy out properly. And this way we do not make the same mistake coming back to this part or coming back to this champion on the other parts when we have to do 100% completion. So again, it is about power struggle, toxins, and then he has a persistent pressure at the bottom, which I never looked at. Defenders under the influence of unstoppable become stun immune. And again, I never saw that. I didn't look at it. So it's good to scroll all the way up. I thought it stopped at toxins. But anyway, toxic can, I should say. So I'll be right back with the gameplay. And here we are. We are back. We uploaded, we put 100 units into these guys. So they're at 40%, and then we're going to test them out. We're going to bring in Silver Surfer and see what damage she can do. So we have 5 champions at 40% to take this guy out, and we're definitely going to get it done now. And you see, I'm backing off. I'm waiting for that unstoppable timer now. I'm paying attention to it. So it's a whole different gameplay. We're going to armor break him. He's just a very annoying champion to fight. And here we're going to have to wait out that timer, and that cost me a lot of time with these cosmic buffs. And he's very good at backing off when you're trying to land a heavy as well. So the timer is about to expire. We're going to back off. We'll let that unstoppable finish. Here we go. And that's going to be on the bin because he's unstoppable and he just wrecked me. So that is the gameplay. He's very easy to beat now. So the next time we fight this guy, we're going to come in with Omega Red. We're going to look at that timer, back off, and not be reckless. So Star-Lord into the gameplay. I just love Star-Lord. I like his game style. He holds block really well. I'm looking at the timer. Again, you're looking at the timer. It's going to expire. He's going to go in unstoppable. He goes unblockable. And I held the block there, but he's unblockable. And silly me got wrecked again. So you need to fully dex and back off of this guy. That was again my error. But it gives me a chance to showcase these champions and see which one actually does the most damage and is most effective. I don't think anyone is going to be as effective as Omega Red against him, or maybe somebody like who am I thinking of? I'm thinking about maybe someone like is it Colossus? Colossus should be immune to a lot of this stuff as well, so he should be good. He has a lot of heavies to land. And Magneto is the guy I'm really thinking of. He should be able to take out this Kingpin really easily. Again, once he puts that degen on you, it's really difficult to deal with. So you need a champ that could probably deal with the degeneration, which is going to be maybe a cosmic champion like Angela would be able to handle this gameplay really well as well. Nick Fury, we have him down to 10%, so I don't think that this is going to be too much of an issue right now at this point in time. We know Captain Marvel would be wrecking this gameplay. But that's it, guys. He's out. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, please. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm coming back in a couple minutes, couple hours to upload, obviously, with the second part of this gameplay. So work less, play more, enjoy life, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take a look at the rewards, and there you go. The deed done is done, and we're gonna come back with Subversion. So chapter 1 is done. Chapter 2 is halfway done, but the video for chapter 2 second part, the hood, is coming next. Bye.